Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Peace. I'm with the Footsteps to Peace. I'm a psychic astrologer and an intuitive life coach. If you're interested in a personal reading, please feel free to check the description box down below, and there you will find my website, thefootstepstopeace.com. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it, and hit the notification bell. Today I'm going to be bringing you a divine masculine, divine feminine reading, and I may go into a little bit more of risque cards, the tarot of sexual magic, depending on where this reading leads us. So if you are not 18 years old, or please go ahead and click off my channel. So we start off the reading with the orphaned card, and someone here walked away from a situation, and I feel like it left one or the both of them, divine masculine, divine feminine, feeling left out in the cold. We also have the Five of Pentacles here, which is a card of feeling a lack thereof and left out in the cold. And if you notice, they're both sitting in the same position with their backs turned towards one another. So this leads me to believe that both the masculine and the feminine are both feeling left out. And I know that they are both looking at the time that they have spent with one another, but they're in this battle, and I feel like there was a fight or an argument in the past, which both of them kind of just walked away, and it left them with an unfinished symphony. Okay, so with the unfinished symphony, this is a card of knowing that there is unfinished business between the two of you, and trying to make a decision on whether or not you are going to go back and send an apology. I do feel like one or the other has apologized in the past, because this is showing up behind the Two of Swords. So I do feel like one person reached out and apologized, and the other person hasn't decided on whether or not they're going to accept this apology. Okay, so it has left both of them feeling sad and lonely, and I feel like one of them needs to reach out. I do feel that it is the divine masculine, because I'm looking at a masculine here in the past who received this apology, okay? And I feel like he has matured just a little bit, because we go from the Page to the Knight, okay? And I think he's maturing a little bit, and he is starting to see like maybe what his actions were, and he's starting to see maybe I want to say that he's taking a good look in the mirror. I know that's not a mirror, but it is about like seeing your own reflection, and maybe what the conflict that he caused, okay, in this situation. And I feel like, you know, with the Death card here, it shows that there was an actual, there could have been an actual death in their family, or the death of a way of doing things. And I do see that something needed to transform here, okay? Because I am seeing that with the conflict, I feel like somebody got a little too cocky, because this is the Challenge card. I feel like somebody got too cocky, and they were trying to put on a show for other people. Now, whether this was their friends or, you know, their relatives, their family members, whatever, okay? I feel like this person got cocky, and it made the other person feel very, very defensive, and feel, you know, like, who is this person? Okay, so I feel like this person was extremely conflicted about how they wanted to move forward. And I think that the other person, I don't feel like the other person meant to be a trickster, but they were. I don't feel like their actions met their words. And my nose is starting to itch as I'm saying that. I feel like what was happening here was they were putting their emotions on the back burner for other people, because they were trying to like I want to say appease the other people in their life, okay? So, and I don't feel like this person was doing it out of the best interest of themselves. So I do feel like this person has had some time, and they're like really battling on making this decision on whether or not they're going to come out of the cold and delve any deeper into this relationship with the divine feminine. I do feel like there is something here about there needs to be communication. I feel like, you know, this is kind of like this phoenix rising from the ashes, and I feel like what has been dead and gone is about ready to be revived, because there is some communication trying to come in, but this is in the future. I don't see it coming in right now, but I see the thoughts of it coming in, because I have two knights here, and knights are the bringers of things. And I feel like when this communication comes in, I don't think that you're going to see it coming, because this is how I'm looking at it. While this person is deep in their emotions, this person is, you know, like wanting to come in and just say what needs to be said. And so I do feel like when this happens, it's going to bring happiness about. So I do want to say, you know, there's an emphasis here on, you know, maybe one of them is, you know, drowning their sorrows in alcohol. I do see that here as well. So I do want to say that I think this person has maybe been battling maybe their addictions. It doesn't even just have to be a substance. It can be the way that they think, okay? Maybe they're always battling themselves and they don't know how to make a decision, so they just don't, all right? And I do see that here. But it leaves them feeling, you know, like they've lost. And when I'm looking at this twice, I feel like what is happening here is this person is, with the magician, creating this chaos for themselves. It's like they are the magician. They're showing up as the magician. And this can be either masculine or feminine. Whoever is taking on the role, you know how to fit this into your own personal life. If it doesn't fit, don't try to make it. Take what resonates and discard the rest, okay? So I do feel like this person has created this feeling on their own. They created, you know, this person and the death of this situation, because I'm looking at the magician standing over the top of the death card and the 7 of Wands here. And I feel like the person was, you know, I mean, they're in protection mode. Look, if you look, these people down here, you know, they don't have any clothes on. And if you look, he's protected. He's got his goggles on. He's got his oxygen mask on. And he's like, it's almost like every man for himself. And so there's almost like this selfishness act, you know, maybe this person was not wanting to share with you, whether that's their time, their energy, their efforts. When I am seeing, you know, the 10 of Pentacles and then it goes down to the 5 of Pentacles, it shows me that they didn't want to share their time with you. They weren't sharing their energy with you, okay? So I do feel like one of these people, divine masculine, divine feminine, whoever created this this orphaned feeling, is wanting to come back and talk to you. I feel like this person, whether it means just to come back and seek closure or come back to strike up something new, this person is really trying to battle their head and heart, because this is head and this is heart, on how they are going to do this. So I am seeing here with the 9 of Cups in the near future, I do feel like once this person gets out of their ego and quits being cocky and trying to show off for their friends that maybe they don't need anybody, because I am seeing that here. I see where the feminine has offered up her pentacles. I mean, she's sitting here and she's saying, here you go. This is what I have to offer. And he is sitting in this place of, well, the orphaned, like, you know, I'm not worthy, you know, because it's a self-worth issue. It's a pentacles. So this has to do with worth. So I feel like, you know, when we're needing to look at our value systems and what we cherish the most, okay? I am definitely seeing that here. I do see here where, you know, the Tower does come in, and I feel like there has been some chaos and conflict in this. I feel like, you know, I think that outside influences have been what is keeping the two of you apart. I think that there has been conflict on the outside, and I almost have this feeling that this person has been trying to protect you from what is going on in their life. I do see that here. Now, maybe it's them protecting you from their family. Maybe it's, you know, this facade. Maybe they're needing to cut off family members, because I am seeing that here like this. I'm seeing almost like, and this is family, you know, this is all about traditions and stuff. So I do feel like this person has been trying to protect, but I think that what has happened is their tower has come down. I do feel like this person, it has, you know, maybe with, you know, everything that's been going on, they have been trying to work on their stability. And I do see that here. Maybe they have been trying to help out their family members, helping out with their stability. So I do see a sense of outside, that I see the outside conflict that has caused a lot of a ruckus in this. So I do feel like you guys have not spoken in quite some time. I'm definitely not seeing any forms of communication, like right in the here and now, but I do see it showing up in the future. Now, I see that this person is definitely trying to walk away from conflict, and they are definitely wanting a passionate new beginning with the divine feminine, because I am seeing that here as well. And she is walking into this Ace of Wands, but she's turning her back on, she's definitely got her back turned on all of this. So I feel like what other people are expecting of her, she has decided, you know what, I can't take anymore. I am moving on. I am moving away from other people's thoughts and opinions, and I am moving towards my Ace of Wands, my passionate new beginnings, my thoughts, my ideas. Now, she could be walking definitely towards new business ideas, new collaborations, and things like that. I definitely see her being successfully self-employed here. There obviously has been the Tower coming in the hopes and fears. It's like I do want to say that there's almost this desire for passion here, because this also can be a very sexual card. So I do see lust here. But I do feel like if this is just a sexual union where the person only comes in for one thing, I do see how it depletes your energy every time this person leaves. Then you feel left out in the cold, okay? So I do see that here. So I do, before I pulled the reading, I was looking at this, and I do feel like the divine masculine and divine feminine are both working on their prosperity. I see that here when I'm looking at the 5 and the 10 of Pentacles, and I see that with the Magician here, and with all the wands that I'm looking at also in this reading. So I am seeing that they are both creating their stability. I feel like, you know, I'm seeing a home environment here as well. I'm definitely seeing, I'm seeing a maturation through this reading. I do want to say that, you know, with this Orphan card, you know, that is a perception. You know, you can get yourself out of that at any point in time. It's a matter of opening yourself up and learning how to trust and stop listening to the people who don't, it's not that they don't have your best interest at heart, but they can only advise you based off of the energy and the love that they are feeling at that very moment. So if somebody is going, you don't want to ask for relationship advice from somebody who just got cheated on and dumped. Okay, because misery loves company. So, and the answer is true either way. So you want to be really mindful about, you know, who you're getting your information from and who you are getting your advice from. You know, a lot of the time, you know, when somebody else goes through a breakup and we're single, we're like, oh, well, I'm glad I'm single. And I see that here. And it's like, you know, you're just putting your foot in your mouth, because that's your challenge, you know? So if I saw that card in any other position, I wouldn't say that that would be your challenge, but I almost feel like you're putting fire in your mouth and you're breathing fire, and maybe that's all it is. So I do feel like it is time to come out of silence. And I think that this person is definitely trying to make that head and heart decision, but I think that they're blocking their heart right now. So yes, I did say they're working on their finances and career, and that goes perfect with the prosperity card. I do feel like this person is, has been, you know, like I said, it goes from the 10 to the 5 in the pentacles. So when that happens, it tells me that their finances have depleted and they need to work on their finances right now. I do see that for yourself. Like I said, I think that this person is right now working on their stability, okay? Spirit, please show me the divine masculine and divine feminines. What does the divine masculine want to tell the divine feminine? Okay, the divine masculine is saying, I know that this is a past life relationship. You have known each other before, okay? So I feel like in past lives, you guys have gone through this same lesson. And you have, and I think that finances and career have been a big factor in all of this. And I think in maybe past lives, this person spent more time at work, or, you know, wanting to build their prosperity and try to have everything perfect. But in the end, it always made them feel more depleted, because, you know, people always try to say, and in the spiritual community, they're always trying to say, oh, you need to heal first before you can fall in love. That is the dumbest statement I have ever heard. You want somebody, yeah, you don't want somebody who's at rock bottom, you know, but you want somebody who is human. And if you are always striving to be at the top of, you know, of your finances, you're never going to get anywhere. And the thing is, you know, then these people are like, oh, you only love me for my money. Well, probably, because all you think about is money. All you think about is trying to be better than you are, but you're not allowing anybody else. Maybe, you know, and it's saying give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. So what I want to say is, in this situation, I feel like what is happening here is you're trying so hard to have all your ducks in a row that you're actually depleting your ducks, and the universe is going to keep throwing you extra bills. And I'm kind of seeing that here. I feel like with the Magician, it's like you're creating your own chaos. You're creating all the obstacles that happen in your life and your tower from coming down, because you're not supposed to do it on your own. You're not supposed to do it on your own. So I do feel like, you know, the divine masculine is saying, I know that this is a past life relationship. That's why the unfinished symphony is here, is because you are here in this lifetime to come together to work on your finances and to work on your career, maybe to start a business together and work together. And that in turn will be what could, yeah, this could be the one. That in turn is going to be what helps and doubles your finances and career, is this other party. Okay, so I am seeing that here, because I feel like you're needing to share. And I think I mentioned that earlier. You're needing to share your prosperity with someone. You're not sent here to have all these things and to build it all on your own. You know, I get that some people are very traditional in that aspect and want to have their home and this and everything perfect, but that's not life. That's not life. That is not how this works. Spirit, what does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine? One more card. You guys are supposed to work together for the same common goal. And I think that, you know, if you keep trying to do it all on your own, I mean, if you keep having monkey wrenches thrown in, and that's kind of what I'm seeing here, is like a monkey wrench being thrown in, and that's what's causing a lot of the chaos and conflict. And it's like you're trying to turn your back on the chaos and conflict, but I see you walking into more obstacles. Well, there you go. So yeah, because codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. And I said that here earlier. I do feel like this person, there could be past dependencies where you know, past life dependency, and it could be in this life as well. You could have like mirrored that in this life where you want to be saved by somebody. You want to be in a relationship because you want to combine your finances, and the universe is saying no. You don't get to do that, okay? You guys need to make your own finances and have your own career. So I feel like, you know, you need to have your own stability, and I feel like in a past life, that's what your divine masculine. So let's see what the divine feminine wants to say to the divine masculine. What does the divine feminine want to say to the divine masculine? Divine feminines to the divine masculine. Oh. Okay. Heart-to-heart conversation. This divine feminine just wants to talk, and I think that they both want to talk in some instances, but if you notice, it's like she's been trying to talk and he is not listening. He doesn't hear it. So it's like, because he's so, this is falling under the finances and career, it's like he's so like focused on creating his stability that he can't even think about having this conversation with her right now. So, and I think that, you know, that's something that you guys need to work on, is communication. And I feel like the divine masculine, the divine feminine is asking you to listen, okay? Spirit, please. What does the divine feminine want to say to the divine masculines? Yeah, the divine feminines are calling you in, divine masculines. They are, I feel like they're praying for you, they're sending you love, and hopefully that you can feel it, you can hear it. If you're not talking in the 3D, you're definitely talking in the 5th dimension. I do see that here. And I feel like, and you look at it like this, under the past life relationship, this is the divine masculine saying, I know that we have had many lives together, and he is waking up to that, and he can feel her calling him in. So I feel like, you know, divine feminine, I would definitely say, you know, send out positive prayers and affirmations to your divine masculines, whether or not you've met this person or not. I feel like this person, you know, it's going to help them in the long run. They can hear you. I feel like they are dreaming of you, and I feel like it's vice versa. I do see that here. But I do feel in some instances, the divine masculine is having to make a choice between 2 different partners. I do feel like he is ending something with one partner in order to start something new with a new one. Yes, and I do feel like it is safe for you to love, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So I feel like this is going back because this is under the codependency card. I feel like with a lot of the divine masculines, they are looking at the divine feminine as the distorted feminine. I think because the divine masculine has not obviously had this kind of a relationship before. He's only been in relationships when he was in his distorted masculine, which means he bought into the lies and the bullshit and the, you know, just whatever, the crap, the materialism. And I think that he is trying to come out of that, and he doesn't realize that this divine feminine doesn't want anything more than just to love him. And I'm seeing that here. A distorted feminine is somebody who's going to come in and wants your money and wants to control your time and wants, you know, and that goes with the masculines too, the jealousy and the rage and the bullshit and the control. That's distorted energy. This is a whole new dynamic between the masculine and feminine. This is divine. That means this is a whole nother level of relationship, and it's not the distorted type, okay, where there's jealousy jealousy and control and any of that stuff. They realize that together they're going to gain more prosperity than if they were apart. So I am seeing that here, you guys. And so that's why I'm seeing the past life relationship and unfinished symphony. I feel like in a past life, you guys have done this multiple lifetimes, and you guys have this opportunity to come into this lifetime to make it right. So I do see where the divine feminines are definitely walking into their prosperity as well as the divine masculines. And I do feel that the divine masculine is working on their stability, but I don't feel, I feel like they're both feeling, they're both missing one another. Okay, so let's see what the divine masculine has to say to the divine feminine. Divine masculine, what would you like to say to the divine feminine? What do you want the divine feminine to know? Okay. I'm still healing wounds from a past relationship. So that's just like I said here about the codependency. I do feel, and the finances and career, I do feel like in one of their past relationships, this lifetime or last lifetime, I think that this person probably took their finances or, you know, tried to control them or whatever. And so they are looking at you like this, but the divine masculine knows that he loves you. He can feel your love. I am definitely seeing that here. So you have to understand that this person has not been ready to come back just yet because they're still healing. Okay, they're still healing from their codependency issues. You know, if they have an addiction, if they have, you know, an alcohol addiction, or, you know, maybe they have an ex who is codependent on them, and they're trying to get rid of that energy. You know, so you're gonna have to understand that that things are working out in divine order. Okay, so Spirit, what does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine? What does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine? Okay. Will you ever forgive me? And I think that, you know, we have to come from a space of forgiveness. Now, you know, that is entirely up to you, and it depends on what this masculine did in order for him to be having to ask for forgiveness. I feel like, you know, that is entirely up to you, and you have to decide on whether or not you can move forward with this situation. You know, you can love somebody, but you can also love them from afar. And like I said earlier, some of these masculines are only coming in to have this heart-to-heart conversation with you to let you know that, or to give you the closure that you were wanting. But I do feel like the other ones are coming in and asking for this forgiveness. Okay, and I do feel like if somebody extended an offer, you know, of forgiveness earlier, I think that the divine feminine or masculine sat on it. If the divine feminine had reached out and offered an apology, okay, I do feel like there was no response. I'm not seeing any response here, but I am seeing one coming up in the future. So what does the divine feminine want to say to the divine masculine? Well, I'm trying to trust in divine timing. Okay, I just said that a few minutes ago. Okay, so that is you needing to trust in the divine, that, you know what, there is no time in space. Okay, there is only love. And when you genuinely, truly, unconditionally love a person, then you realize that there are if the universe is keeping you guys separated, it is because there is something that you are supposed to learn, and this person is staying away from you because they don't want to hurt you. Okay, so you need to thank your lucky stars that this person has backed themselves up from you. What does the divine feminine want to say to the divine masculine? Okay, I miss kissing you. So I feel like this divine feminine misses hugging you. I think just enjoying your company. I think that that falls under the I love you card with the divine masculine. I do feel like, you know, the two of you could have shared a passionate moment, and then the person ghosted you, okay? Because I think it got too heavy and too scary and too deep, and the person, yeah, I think they ghosted. They took off. And one more. What would the divine feminine like to say to the divine masculine? Divine feminines, what would you like to say to the divine masculine? Okay. No one makes me feel the way you do, okay? So I do feel like if the divine masculines are wondering if this divine feminine has been loyal to them, I can say yes. I do feel like this person, this feminine, and it could be vice versa, has been loyal. I do feel in some of these circumstances, one or the other maybe has exes who have tried to come back in, and I feel like this person, one or the other, is trying to choose whether or not they are going to continue down that road, or if they're going to go ahead and let it go. I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple of cards from the Tarot of Sexual Magic. So if you are not 18 years old, I ask that you go ahead and exit my channel now. Okay, click off. So Spirit, please show me the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Okay, so the divine masculine and the divine feminine is the Nine of Pentacles. Yes, the Nine of Pentacles. And with the Nine of Pentacles, he is cutting a lock of her hair, and you know, he is straddling over the top of her, and I feel like this is a place of control. I feel like this divine masculine has, again, I feel like when there was this intimacy between the two of them, he took a part of her with him and left her very vulnerable, because I am seeing that here. She is in a very vulnerable space, and I feel like you know, I am seeing I am definitely seeing where I think it goes both ways, okay? The Three of Chalices, at the bottom of the deck, I am seeing where he has her in such a divine space. She's in this embrace where she is free, she's open, and I feel like with him behind her, and again, both of these cards, she has her eyes closed. So I do feel like she has been in this like she trusts him. There is a space of trust in this, but at the same time, again, he left her feeling left out in the cold. And when I see this Three of Cups here, or Three of Chalices, you know, that's a three. So I do feel like there is a third party. And when I'm looking at these two cards, this is two different women, okay? So I do feel like one of these women, he has taken a part of her. And I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at the past life relationship card here, and I am definitely seeing how they are in this warm embrace, and I feel like it is a space of knowing one another. So that is really beautiful, you guys. I think that we need to come from a space of forgiveness, and I think that you guys need to just decide on whether or not, you know, if this person is only coming back, like I said earlier in the reading, for sex, you're gonna know whether or not this person is worthy of even being with you, okay? So be mindful of that energy. I'm gonna go ahead and pull one last message and kind of wrap it up here. And I do want to say, you guys, if you don't want to end up pregnant, wrap it up, because I am seeing emphasis on children here and a family. So if this person does come back, be careful not to get pregnant. Okay, so Spirit, one last card. Okay, well, you got two. Yeah, so you're needing to heal. You know, there is this entrapment. You're needing to heal. I feel like we're all going through the healing process. I feel like some of you, you know, it kind of goes back to this orphaned card like I was seeing earlier. And I feel like this right now, I do feel like, you know, you guys are feeling very lonely. I see the masculine here, and I'm seeing a feminine here in this other card, and I'm seeing the feminine also here. So I do feel like this is causing some sadness, and I'm feeling like you're needing to heal, and you're needing to realize that this person, if you're banking your happiness off of whether or not this person is going to come back, unfortunately you're doing it all wrong, and that's where the codependency comes in. Okay, so I feel like what you're being asked to do is find your own happiness outside of this relationship, and then when it does come back in, it's just an addition to your life. You guys, I think that this is an absolutely beautiful reading. I do see some momentum getting ready to gain, or it's starting to gain some momentum, so I do see things moving forward. I do see the divine masculine and feminine both working on their prosperity, and I want to say that there are conversations. I'm seeing the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the heart-to-heart conversations card coming in. So I do see that there is an emphasis on a conversation that needs to be had. There is an unfinished symphony between the two of you, and I do feel like there will be communication soon, but you need to trust in divine timing in order for that to happen, because this other person is definitely healing from their past wounds, and if you want them to love you at their entirety, you got to give them the space to make that happen. Anyway, you guys, if this sounds like your story, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know how this is working out for you. You guys, this is a test. Keep moving forward. You guys got this, okay? And I look forward to hearing from you soon. Please feel free to check the description box down below if you're interested in a personal session. Otherwise, my email address is thefootstepstopeace.com. And I look forward to talking to you again real soon. Take care.